27, and welcome to a bit of a different video. This is more going to be a heart-to-heart conversation. I often have a lot of projects that I have to do. Sometimes a million of them at once, it seems. And it's because of this little rule that always happens, and it can be really frustrating. In any given project that you may have, there's two bits of time that takes. There's the first 90% of the project, which is really easy. You just have it and you go and do it, and it's fun and you enjoy it. And then there's the last 10%. That last 10% is all the things you put off because it was too difficult, all the things you didn't feel like doing right now. But it's the most important part of a project to get it done. And for the last 2 or 3 years, I've been working on a project and trying to start a business. I've been working on this productivity software for years because it gives me some way to control that last 10%. It says, okay, I recognize you have a ton of stuff you have to do, but in order to get things done, you have to finish that last 10%. But in order for me to finish this project and be able to use it, I have to get through that last 10%. And that's been so hard. I've had so many things going on in my life, and the hell, there's no more excuses. It has to get done. But it's not simple. I got into a startup incubator at my school, and part of it is doing the research and seeing if a potential company idea is viable. In my mind, this is something that I've worked on because it helps me, and it's something I've struggled with for years. And I have this potential solution that, when I use it and when it's working, basically solves that problem. When I was testing this program, I got more done in a week than I did in the 2 months prior, which is great. It means I can get so much stuff done. But having to do that last 10% of this program, it's so tiring. I'm completely out of motivation. But I do recognize that this is a problem that needs to be solved. So, what I have to do this week shouldn't be too much, but it feels like a ton. I have to reach out to 250 people individually to see if anyone is willing to pay for whatever solution there is to the problem. And the problem being that people wait until the last second to do things because it's frustrating, because it's difficult. And we need to find a way that'll get us to be motivated to go and do these things, because that's what gets things done. Instead, I've spent years just saying, okay, I'm 90% done with this project, I'm burnt out, let me move on to the next project, and the next big project, and sooner or later you have a ton of projects, and none of them are done, and none of them will ever be done. And frankly, that's enough. I've had so many things going on, and it's tiring, it's stressful. And with my everyday life and things that I have to do, I just keep piling on more and more, and it just becomes more and more stressful and more tiring than ever. And I'd like to cut back, but I have so many things, and some of these projects have thousands of people that rely on me for them. And I can't do it alone. And sure, maybe I could if I had a way to organize things or not be stressed all the time, but I'm naive. I can't control that. And I'm trying my hardest to get things done. But I can't do this on my own. So, if anyone is interested in whatever I'm working on, join the Discord server, send me a message. I'd be glad to answer any questions you have about what I'm working on. If you're really that interested and you want to give it a try, the link will be in the description. The way I'm doing it right now is it's a productivity platform that can organize your time in a way that you don't have to worry about anything. And if you're interested, I'm planning on making a subscription platform, but I'm going to give a significant discount for anyone who wants to buy it in this period of time. I won't be doing it forever, but it's something that I think can help people. And getting to see if there's interest, and if people are interested in this, I'd be glad to see if anyone would be willing to try it. Even if it's not perfect for you, if it doesn't work out, that's fine. I want to see if there is someone who's willing to try it so I can learn from it, see what works, see what doesn't, learn to grow, and try to make things better for everyone. I'm not perfect. I've made plenty of mistakes in my life. But I want to do something that can genuinely help people. I don't want to just make crap for the crap of it. I want to help. But I can't do this alone. And as much as I try to do things, I struggle. I struggle to communicate. It's always been an issue. And just trying to get my thoughts down on paper, or trying to say something, is not easy. I have a million things in my head and I don't know where to start. But I really want this to be something that can benefit everyone. And it's something I've always wanted to work on. I spent probably a year and a half getting to that first 90%, and I've been stuck there for months because I don't know where to go from here. I've had so many ideas that take me in so many directions, but all of it is too complex, and what's the point in doing it if no one's going to use it? So, what I've had to do is simplify. Take all this big, crazy thing that I've wanted to work on, and I have been working on, and break it down to its core features. This is all that is necessary for it to be viable. Anything extra is extra, and it's fluff that might make it better, might make it worse, but the core feature is what's important. I want something that can learn and benefit you. It may not work exactly the way it works for you, for others, but it will help you specifically. So, here's what I'm asking. If you're interested, that's fine. If not, here's more of a ramble for me. I have a million projects that always go on. Sometimes I'm involved in communities, sometimes I'm working on a single programming project. And all of them have amazing, fun things I can do with them. But I'm not perfect. I have a ton of stuff on my plate, and I always do. And I don't know how to manage that. I've always had trouble with that. That's why I've been trying to make something to help me. But it's not perfect. But there's this little rule that I've always found with projects, even working with teams, even working by myself. The first 90%, easy, fun, quick. Last 90%, the last 10% takes forever. And it's because everyone's demotivated, because everyone wants to just be done with it, but they don't have the motivation. And that time always takes forever. Like, for example, I used to work at a Minecraft theme park at MC Parks. People spent ages working on projects, and we got so much of it done, and then there were projects that when I was there just got left after 90% because the motivation was gone. There was so much that was fun to do, and then there's that tiny bit that's left that's just boring, outright crazy. And that part always takes the longest. There were a couple projects that I had that issue with, and there were some that I may have picked up from somewhere else and just finished it. For example, Happily Ever After, the fireworks show. A lot of that was done by a huge group of people, but towards the end it was down to 2 or 3 just really dedicated people who really wanted this to be done because it was fun, because they wanted to see it done for people to see. And sometimes we got burnt out. I pulled a few all-nighters on that. But the reason that we did it is because we love the work. We loved doing it because it was fun. It wasn't anything we were forced to do. We didn't have any reason to be there. We weren't paid to do anything. We did it because we thought it was fun. It was something we enjoyed. And I've always tried to find things with projects that can do that. And I've found some that it happens for a while and I get burnt out. Sometimes I come back to it, sometimes I just leave it. But this is one that is too important. This is a project that could change my livelihood. It could be something that makes it possible for me to succeed. And I've had a lot of struggles in my life. And realistically, for the last 4 or 5 years, my mental health has been down the drain. It's only little projects like this that I do on occasion that get me to a point where I can enjoy things. But it's hard to find a balance. And sometimes I'm so hyper-focused on something that I have to work on it now and I can't do anything else or else I'll lose my train of thought. That happens a lot for me. But sometimes I'm just so burnt out that I can't do nothing. This was one of those weeks. I had a meeting on Monday and had a chat with a family member and all hell broke loose. My mental health just died and I went back to my apartment and stayed in bed for 4 days. Not much went on, I just went to class and left. Just went back to bed. I sometimes need that time to myself, and sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't. But this project must be completed. I have until Monday night to reach out to 250 people. This will be one. This will count as, unless people respond. However, I need to figure out how I can reach out to these people. This is something that I've been working on for years, and I haven't been able to talk about it because I wasn't ready to. But now I've realized that it's not a matter of if you're ready to or not, it's a matter of, is there any interest in it in the first place? So, I'm doing that market research. I'm trying to get things done. And if this all goes well, by Monday, I may have something that I can enjoy for the rest of my life. Thank you.